Okay, hi girls. Thank you for coming in. My name is Sarai Velasquez, and I'll be the mediator. If you guys don't know what that means, it's pretty much I'm going to facilitate your guys' situation regarding to whatever it is you guys want to talk about, and I will not be judgmental or taking no one's side. I'm just going to be helping you guys clarifying things and asking you questions, and taking turns in talking as well. Any questions before I ask who wants to talk first? Okay. So we have Jackie and Julia. Okay. Who would like to start off with explaining why you guys are in here today?
Well, I guess I can start us off.
Julia, okay.
Yeah.
Is that okay with you, Jackie?
Okay.
Go ahead,
Okay.
Julia.
Well, Jackie and I have been friends for a few years now, and I feel like we've been growing apart recently, and I'm not sure why. She had a birthday party recently that she didn't invite me to, and I thought we were really close, so I was really hurt that she didn't invite me to that birthday party.
Okay. So you want to talk about the fact that she didn't invite you to the birthday party and how that affected you?
Mm-hmm.
Anything else you want to add to that?
I think just that I'm hurt in her actions and not inviting me, yeah.
Okay. And then for you, Jackie, do you want to share something? Do you want to share?
I just feel like it's you that we've grown apart, and I don't know why either. I feel like we're still friends, and I didn't mean to not invite her to the birthday party. I thought that weekend she was busy. She had stuff to do with her mom, so I had just thought that she wouldn't want to go because she was busy.
Okay. So now that I kind of hear of what the story is going to lead into, what are your hopes for this conversation to end as? For you, Julia, do you want to go first? Is that okay?
Sure. My hopes for what the conversation will end in?
Yes, or what do you hope for this conversation?
I hope we can resolve the issues and the reasons why we're growing apart, because I don't think those are clear to either of us, but I think we can both, I'm assuming we can both feel it, so I'd like to clarify that and make sense of what's been happening.
Okay, so your hopes is clarifying how you guys are growing apart and the effects of that?
And hopefully resolving it, because I would like to still be friends.
Still be friends. Okay. Anything else you want to add?
No, not right now.
Okay, and you, Jackie, what are your hopes for?
I have hopes for clarifying it too, and then I really want her to be able to hear that I'm not purposely trying to not hang out with her or grow apart with her. She said it in the past to me a couple times, like, we never hang out, and I don't mean like that. It's just like we all meet new friends, and I want her to all be included in that as well. So just to hear, I guess, my side of it as well.
So you hope to hear your side of it. Okay. And clarifying things?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I agree with
Is that
that.
what you mentioned? Okay. So do you guys want to call this the growing apart kind of situation? Or?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
do you guys agree with that? Because I know you mentioned that as well too. Okay. So the growing apart, how has that affected you, Julia? We'll go ahead and start with her.
It's affected me quite a lot. It's affected me emotionally, I think, the most, because like I said before, I feel hurt. It's affected my schoolwork, because sometimes I'm just flooded with thoughts of why we're growing apart, or what's happening, or why I wasn't invited, or how after being so close, how we could have grown apart so quickly. So it's affecting a lot of areas of my life, not just emotionally. I think that's probably the biggest aspect of it, the emotional pain that I'm feeling.
Okay, so your emotional pain, and it's also affecting, you said, your school, right? Because you're constantly thinking about how you guys are growing apart so fast as before you guys were friends for such a long time.
Right.
Yeah. Anything else that you want to add to that?
No.
Okay, Jackie, how has the growing apart affected you?
I would say as well, I feel sad, just because I feel like I don't have what I would say my best friend there anymore. I feel like she somehow like avoids me because I guess she doesn't feel included. She's told me that she doesn't feel included within like my new friend and stuff. And but just because they're my new friend doesn't mean they're like my best friend. So I don't really have anyone to talk to about like stuff that happens in my life because they don't understand me as well as she does. The growing apart's affected that as well as like my home life. Like I don't really have anyone to talk to there, and schoolwork as well. I'm so involved with the situation.
So it's affected you emotionally as well, because you say you felt sad, and you feel like she has kind of, you said, avoided you. Is that what you said, right?
Mm-hmm.
Avoiding you in situations, and you feel like you don't have your best friend there anymore to talk to and express things you're going through. Is that correct? Anything else you want to add on to that?
That's it for right now.
Okay. What do you think for Coco and Julia? Any of like influence? Is there something that's influencing the going apart for you to feel emotionally hurt and distracted as well in your school?
Like Jackie mentioned, that I try to avoid the new friends that she's making. I just don't feel like they're going to be a positive influence on me. I feel like they're not really focused on school and their education. They're more like happy-go-lucky. Let's enjoy life now that we're young. Whereas I'm really focused on my schoolwork and going somewhere in life. So that's why I try to avoid that group, because I don't think they're going to benefit me, and I don't want them to harm Jackie either, because I care about her future too, and I want her to be successful as well.
Okay. Anything else?
It was the question involved emotion, how it's...
What is effect, like what is influencing, well, I guess I can rephrase that, like what personal characteristics have helped produce the problem? Would you just say the fact that
I think my values
your
have
values?
influenced it, because I feel like that group of friends' values don't align with mine.
Okay.
Yeah, so I think who I am and who I see myself as doesn't correlate with that group of people.
Okay. So you would say your personal characteristics and values has helped produce the way how you feel of avoiding her friends, because you feel that they're not a good influence for you in the educational aspect. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Okay. And you also mentioned that correct me if I'm wrong, but I think you mentioned that you cared for her.
Yeah.
For the fact that they're hanging out with those girls or friends.
About her success.
And,
I
yeah.
want her to be successful, and I care about the decisions she makes that are going to affect her future.
Okay. So how does that express your values in the future for your friendship?
How does it express my values?
Or how would you express your values in the future based on what you just said?
I will try to communicate that to Jackie and let her know that I care about her well-being and her future, and I don't want her to hang around with influences that are going to veer her off her path.
So this was something you didn't tell her before?
No.
It's your first time expressing this to her?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think, right?
Yeah. Okay. Jackie, is there any personal characteristics or values or outside influence that has helped produce this situation, this problem, be the growing, what do we call it again?
Going apart.
The going apart, yeah, the going apart.
I would definitely say that the new friends has influenced it, but I don't see them as a bad influence. So, I mean, I can see that the relationship has shifted because now I have new friends. But I don't know if it's because Julia doesn't like them and that's just what she's saying. Because I don't see how they're a bad influence. The only thing I see them being a bad influence on is our actual friendship between me and Julie.
Okay, so you're saying that the bad influence is just the relationship, it's affecting your relationship with her.
Right.
Not how she's expressing herself, that it's affecting you academically. Okay.
We can put that up.
So, how do you feel hearing Julia express the fact that she cares for you, those values that she has towards your friendship?
That's the reason that she's my best friend, because I know that she cares about me, and that she ultimately does care about her own future as well as mine. And that's why she's definitely one of my good friends, because she is so level-headed. So I know that I'll always be there. So it's good to know that someone does have my back, I guess, and is looking out for me. But
okay. Going back to the main effect, which was the fact that you did not invite her to your birthday party. What were you assuming?
I was assuming that she didn't have time to go to my birthday party. I mean, I told her that it was going to happen, and she had told me that day that she had to do something with her mom, but I couldn't really rearrange my birthday party. So it wasn't that she wasn't invited, it was that she couldn't go. But I guess she never told me that if I had to have it that day, she would have to go to it. You know, I didn't know, there wasn't that reassurance that she would go, so I just planned it. I didn't mean to uninvite her in a way. It was just, that's the day that it was going to happen, and everyone else could go but her.
Okay. Julia, what were you assuming about in that moment where you realized it was her birthday party and you were not there because you weren't invited?
I was assuming that she didn't want me there because she didn't invite me. I did have something to do with my mom that afternoon, but I could have maybe made it for like an hour or two. But since I didn't get an official invitation, I just kind of figured she didn't want me there. So I was assuming that my presence was not wanted there because she was with a group of girls that had been invited, and they had their invitations, their little fancy invitations, and I didn't get one.
Okay. So as I'm hearing you guys hear your assumptions of not being invited and why you didn't, I guess, clarify things, or maybe do you guys think there was a miscommunication in a way? Is that something you guys can?
I might say lack of communication. Yeah, because we didn't really communicate to begin with, so I don't think there could have been a miscommunication, but I think it was an issue of communication.
I think there's a lot of assumptions. I just assumed, that she wouldn't want to be there because she has voiced in the past that she doesn't like the girls that I invited. So and then also I assumed that she wouldn't be able to make it. So I guess it's a lot of assumptions, which is made on, I think because we've been friends for so long, maybe we think we know what each other's going to do, when we really don't. So I think that has a lot to do with it too.
Okay. What do you say, Julia?
I would agree that it probably was a lot of assumptions. Assumption on my part that I assumed she didn't want me there, or I assumed she preferred her other group of friends. So yeah, I think there was a lot of assumption going on.
So a lot of assumption going on. Okay. So, what would you prefer instead then, Julia?
I think instead of the assumptions, or
What would you
the growing
prefer?
apart.
What would you prefer in the future? So this won't happen again. This lack of communicating or assumptions and the growing apart.
I would prefer for us to not assume things, I guess, and communicate like we used to communicate before when we were younger. I don't know if as we've grown older, we've begun to just take things as they are and not question them. I would also appreciate it, or I would like it if in the future we express our emotional feelings to each other,
Okay.
so that we can each know what we're feeling and understand how it affects both of us, not just me, but her as well.
Okay. Anything else?
I think that's it for now.
Yeah, because I know in the beginning, Julia, you mentioned that you still wanted to maintain that relationship, right?
Right.
So the friendship that you guys have. So that's why you prefer to not assume things and express your emotions. Is that what you, can you add more into that?
Just if we communicate better and don't assume. I guess that's the key.
Not assuming.
Because I might not know exactly what she's thinking, but she might not know what I'm thinking, and then we bump heads or we conflict in that aspect, and then it gets blown into something bigger than it has to be.
Okay. Jackie, what would you prefer instead in the future in your relationship with him?
I think what I would prefer for us to do is, like, for our friendship, to avoid from it growing apart more, is to maybe on my part, I could invite her to more things that I do with my new friends, so we can try to maybe, I don't know, get her to kind of understand them more. I don't feel like she's hung out with them enough or talked to them enough to understand who they really are. We know we all have our different values and our different looks on life, but I mean, I definitely would like to include her on other things that I do throughout my life.
So you would prefer to invite her more when you're with the other friends as well, so she can get to know them as well and kind of develop that group friendship as well. Is that something?
Yeah.
Sounds like what you're saying. Okay. Is this how it used to be? Did you guys used to not assume? Or is this something that's happened before?
I would say that assuming comes natural. I think it's hard if you feel like you're being personally attacked. You feel like you're just assuming all this stuff. I don't think it's ever been there enough to where we feel like our relationship's growing apart, though.
Okay. How about you, Bree?
Yeah, I think I have to agree with what she's saying. This has probably been one of the tougher situations that we've been in, and it's escalated this far. Just our assumptions about the situation.
Okay. Has there been a time or a moment in your friendship that you guys have had a conflict like this, where you guys did talk about it, or it's just never happened before? You guys never talk about how you guys are feeling towards, maybe she did something or you did something, and how we were feeling about that? Did you guys ever did that before?
Not that I can think of.
Okay. So then in the future, if the situation comes back of that assumption and miscommunicating and the fact that you guys are going apart, how can we fix this? Like, what can we do?
Like how Julie said earlier, be more like emotional, like express yourself emotionally better with each other, so that I know where she's coming from. And again, the assumption doesn't just come up like, oh, she can't go. Like more emotion, like, hey, I really want to go to your party. Like, tell me if I can still come, or like what's going on. Like, you know, I feel like if we're able to express ourselves better with each other, and not be so like conscientious of every person's feelings, actually express our own feelings, I think that would be better too.
Okay. How about you?
Yeah, I think just communicating. Communication is probably key, so that we can both know what's going on and why we're doing the things we do.
Okay, so communicating. Okay. Anything else you guys, Julia or Jackie, want to add more to this? Anything else? Okay.
Yeah.
So hopefully our hopes are met in clarifying and still maintaining that friendship. How am I supposed to end? I don't remember.
Sounds good.
Okay,
Sounds
thank
good to
you.
me.
21 minutes.